Now I would like to give the floor to the distinguished representative of the Russian Federation.
Спасибо, господин председатель.
Thank you, Mr. President. We welcome to today's meeting the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Burkina Faso, Alpha Bari. We thank Assistant Secretary General for Africa, Bintou Keita, and the other briefers for the information they have provided. We agree with the worrying assessments expressed today over the situation in the Sahel. The level of security threats in this part of Africa has become unprecedented. Terrorist activities are covering ever wider areas, and extremist ideology is winning over new followers. We are deeply concerned over attacks on places of religious significance and other attacks by extremists and terrorists. The roots of these phenomena are well known, and Alpha Bari, in particular, just mentioned these. In the Sahel, we are reaping the fruits of the collapse of the state in Libya, which was the result of a gross foreign intervention. We believe that until the situation in this country is normalized, and many of our interlocutors told us this during the Security Council's recent mission to Mali and Burkina Faso, it will be practically impossible to reliably stabilize the region. We welcome the initiative of the G5 Sahel states to create joint forces to combat terrorism and organized crime. It appears that in a very short amount of time, it has already become an important element in regional security. We were pleased to hear about the resumption in January 2019 of the force's operations in all of its areas of responsibility, and also the fact that its deployment level has reached 75%. Of course, there are still a great many things to be done. Last year's terrorist attack on the Joint Forces headquarters laid bare its weaknesses. As far as we understand it, the lessons have been learned from that, and work has been done on the mistakes. The fully fledged functioning of the G5 Sahel Joint Force, of course, also depends on ensuring its stable and predictable financing. We can see that the resources promised by foreign donors are gradually reaching the region. However, far from all of those who made commitments in this regard are fulfilling them in a timely fashion. In principle, we are ready to consider the possibility of financing the joint forces from the UN regular budget. We are convinced of the importance of further coordinated steps, both by Africans and the international community, to combat terrorism in the Sahara-Sahel region. It is evident that through military means alone it will not be possible to root out this evil. We also share the concerns of our friends from Equatorial Guinea concerning the excessive militarization of the region. There is a need to effectively counter the expansion of extremist ideology, to resolve acute socio-economic problems, and to strengthen state institutions and respect human rights. Mr. President, Russia is closely monitoring the development of the situation in the region. We are already providing military and technical assistance to a number of countries, and we train military and police personnel. On the whole, we expect that in short order, the G5 Sahel Joint Force will become an effective instrument for the restoration and maintenance of peace in West Africa. Thank you.
The distinguished representative of the Russian Federation.